You see that bird up there? It's a buzzard. So the buzzard, he's in the middle of the wires there. So the left wire is a representation of magnetism. The right wire is a representation of electricity, and where he's standing is like a representation of me binding my earth protons and fire electrons to those waves of invisible electromagnetic radiation. So that transformer right here means I'm going to transform the waves of electricity and magnetism throughout the universe by binding my hydrogen, earth, protons, and hydrogen fire electrons to those two waves. When that happens, it's going to be the death of evil. Because buzzards, they usually fly around in circles over dead carrion. So if you notice what it looks like a cross. Also, it's a representation of the evil grandmother and evil grandfather. When I transform the wires, it's going to transform theology, in other words. It'll be the demise of theology when I get my UFOs in here, or when I get a TV signal in here. Either or. I'm still investigating. So the theory is, the most recent theory is that the good guys, they don't have the blueprints for the UFOs, nor do they have the blueprints for the nuclear fusion reactor. I have to send that to them. The theory is that I have to run with a video that I make showing them the spaceships plus the giant nuclear fusion reactor. So the buzzard is almost telling me to run, to send out the signal. So I don't know, folks. I'm being told one thing and then being told another thing. I'm being told I have my spaceships, and then I'm being told I don't have the spaceships. So in order to be a good war general, I got to cover all bases off, which means creating a video, a 18-minute video of how to put it? I'd create an 18-minute video that while I'm running would play hopefully sometime in October to the parallel universe. Somehow, some way, they might be able to pick up my cell phone signal. There, he flew off. So when they pick up that cell phone signal, they should be able to receive the information. They look at the UFOs and say, oh, he wants a UFO with 11 nuclear fusion reactors. He wants it matching the electricity of the hydrogen atom so he can fly in there. Oh, he also wants a giant nuclear fusion reactor created around Karen so we could turn that into a Einstein-Rosen bridge. Okay, let's get to work, guys, because his spirit is pure, our spirit's pure, so we can now fly over there, create those UFOs, and create that. So that's option one. If that needs to happen, then I have to send that signal out while I'm running, while my atoms are being reversed. So it's like they're reversing as I'm running. And that's, going to allow a signal to basically flow in the opposite direction. So they should be able to pick up my signal. So you want to think of this as being our universe here, that being their universe. And as I'm running, the atoms are rewinding time, which should be able to send a signal up that way when those hydrogen molecules are bound to that invisible electromagnetic radiation. They should be able to pick up my signal because the atoms are reversing in the opposite direction, so it's going that way. So that's the science behind it. I have to run with the video using the cellular signals, because when I'm running with the phone in my chest, it's close to my heart, and it's like the signal is going to be going back and forth, and hopefully they can pick up on it and realize that they need to make those spaceships and need to make the nuclear fusion reactor. In case I don't have them, because it could be that the bad guys are making me think I have them, when in fact I don't have them, and there's a process whereby I have to send out the signal. I just learned this morning that I need to incorporate butter in my diet. I didn't know that. I need to incorporate cheese curds in my diet. I didn't know that either. So the cheese curds, it contains a particular, the way the amino acids are bound together using potassium or sodium, I think they said, it creates a sticky substance. So I think I need the cheese curds for that. I need the butter. I need clotted cream so that I can make sure I have all those amino acids that I need. I didn't know that I was supposed to have cheese and butter, so I now know that. So when I get that cheese and butter in a couple of days, when I get my welfare check, I can start running with all those ingredients. Hopefully have every amino acid that I need, which hopefully will allow them to pick up my signal. And create the UFOs, if not create the Einstein-Rosa bridge if it's needed. I already theorized that in a past life. I've already done this before, and I've been successful in showing them those drawings. I'm showing them closed captioning on the bottom of the screen because, well, technically in all 9 past lives, I've only been magnetism, and magnetism only allows them to hear my voice. They can't see what's on the screen, so, but that should be enough for them to understand what I'm telling them. Oh, he wants UFOs, 10 miles wide with 11 nuclear fusion reactors so that it can ride the hydrogen in. Oh, he wants a giant nuclear fusion reactor around Karen. Okay, well, we can do that, I guess, but only when when his grandfather's spirit's resurrected, which technically, if I didn't resurrect him last life, for whatever reason, so for probably 180,000 years, he might have been asleep, and this is the first time that he's awake. And if it's the first time that he's awake, well, then they need this information going forward. They can say, okay, we can begin creating those things now that grandfather's awake, because I'm assuming they would need both grandmother and grandfather to create those spaceships and nuclear fusion reactor. I don't know, but I'm being a good war general, making sure I have all the bases covered. So that's why I thought I'd stop making the video, because that's what that buzzard means. It basically means the demise of evil. The buzzards are circling once I take over that hydro wire and send out my signal, in other words. But if they already have the spaceships, they already have the designs ready, all they need is my video saying, telling them it's good to go. And I guess the mechanism by which they're waiting for them to start trying to create that stuff, I was assuming would be picking up my cell phone signal. The minute they pick up the signal, I would assume that they know they're good to go. So it's very complex. They either have the spaceships ready, or they have the blueprints ready to go. They're just waiting for me to get my signal, let them know it's okay to go, because for them, they might be thinking, oh, this is just another typical life. Anthony gets this certain, he sends that message out, and then all of a sudden, he trips and falls, he relapses, and everything gets messed up. But this life, who knows? It might be different. It's like, oh my goodness, he's not relapsing. We might be able to construct these UFOs this life. So I have to bet that that's worst case scenario, mankind. And if it is, then that's probably why evil is betting on that. So I'm also told, well, this morning I was told that in theory it could mean that if I successful in taking over that hydro or the invisible electromagnetic radiation, that they can't fly their UFOs, because my positive particles on the outside kind of trumps their ability to fly. And if that's the case, then that kind of changes the concept of them coming here and impersonating me and impersonating mother and her boyfriend, like getting rid of her and taking her out to Europa and Jupiter and putting her at the bottom of the ocean. I mean, they can't do that if they can't fly their UFOs. But again, I don't know. That could be a trick. It could be their way of hiding the truth, making me think that they can't do that. But meanwhile, they can do that. So they'll drag my feet and take my time and write in the book, assuming that I have my UFOs ready, when in fact I don't have my UFOs because I need to broadcast the signal. But in order to broadcast the signal, I need to eat cheese, butter, and clotted cream. It's very complex. So I thought I'd stop making a video about that buzzard, because there's more than meets the eye, folks. You got to have all the information that I know, and to me that buzzard means that we're close. The minute I send out a signal, we should be close to putting the buzzards around them. So I don't know if we have our UFOs yet, or the nuclear fusion reactor, but if we don't, we're going to have them pretty soon. And I don't know how long it takes. It could take days. It could take weeks. It could take months. These are big projects. So, does that mean that I still need my my security measure? Yeah. What kind of a war general would I be if I don't protect myself with you know, a potential nuclear threat by having America and Canada protect us from nuclear threats, or making sure that nobody can come down this road and just drive a van full of explosives into my house and blow me up? Or what kind of war general would I be if I can't stand out here in the privacy of my home without fear of being sniped? You know, I need my warriors way over there, along there, to protect me, so I make sure I can stand on this road safely without being attacked. I wouldn't be a good war general if I didn't consider that. That's worst case scenario. And if I assume best case scenario, I could make a mistake. So the plan is proceeding as expected. We're going to protect ourselves in Bruce County. Because I don't know how long it could take to reach the signal. The signal could take. They may not get that signal till Christmas time. If they're waiting for me to get the signal, and in order for me to send the signal, I need to run every day until Christmas time. They may not get the signal till Christmas time, so I need to be protected till Christmas time. So it's very complex what I'm doing, but one way or another, you know, I'll get the signal to them, and then they can create the UFOs plus the nuclear fusion reactor to protect us. And while we're doing that, we can research the better railgun technology that I've yet to teach you guys. So that's today's little epiphany as I go for my rides. I've seen the buzzard there. We're close to putting buzzards around the evil guys, the liars. But to do that, I still need protection here, because I don't know if they're coming here in October. I don't know if they're coming here in December. All I know is that we need to be protected to allow me to do the work, and hopefully get the signal sent out to them at one of these days, and then have them come in here. In theory, they might be able to send a TV signal first to let us know what's going on. Don't be surprised if we get a TV signal first. They might be able to hack our satellite dishes and send a broadcast, a short broadcast for maybe a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, who knows? And then it'll just say, "Hi, we're the universe above your universe." And then they might send a message like, teach us how to create like a better technological phone or something. I get that from Contact. There's a movie called Contact, where Jodie Foster, she's listening for a signal from deep space. So that's where I theorize that they're waiting for my cell phone signal from deep space. But evil would have me believe that that signal is going to magically appear in a couple days, when I don't know if that's the truth. It could appear Christmas time, so I need to be protected till then. So while I'm doing my running, losing weight, you know, eating the right meals, there's a very scientific meal behind it, so I need the time to do that. At some point in time, we may receive a signal from a parallel universe. So I'm gonna talk about those videos in my next series of videos after this video, because there's more information you need to know. I'm gonna connect it to a song by Rush called Tom Sawyer, where they talk about my reserve, or his reserve, a quiet defense, meaning his reserve. Well, I live on a reserve, so that song must be about this reserve being my quiet defense, meaning I have a defense around here, like Canada, United States, defending me from nuclear attack. Them guys defending me from, you know, people getting in here and trying to blow up my house with bombs. You know, I have my warriors over there protecting me from people trying to snipe me. So my reserve is going to be a quiet defense. That's what Rush is about, Tom Sawyer. So I'm going to put that song on after this one. Then I'll get into the details of the story I'm trying to teach you guys. It's not easy doing what I'm doing, but I have to put worst case scenario at the top of the pile as opposed to best case scenario. If I put best case scenario at the top and assume I got these UFOs here and assume they're going to come here in a couple of days, I could make a mistake, and I don't want to make a mistake. So I'm going to put on Rush, Tom Sawyer, because it's about what I just told you. Canada and the United States and NORAD protecting this Bruce and Gray County, which is technically our reserve because we own all the land here. So it would be our reserve. So his reserve, Gray and Bruce County, a quiet defense. How is it going to be quiet? Well, because everyone's going to be paid $100,000 to make sure that, you know, you don't do anything bad to me. That's not bad, right, guys? You guys in Gray and Bruce County get paid $100,000 not to, you know, to protect your mom and dad. And all you got to do is live in this county like you always do and don't leave it until we know we're safe. So that makes you like a quiet defense. You're being paid off to make sure that we survive. That's a quiet defense. So when you hear that in Rush, Gray and Bruce County, it's about you defending your mom and dad through hush money. Hush money, defense money, so that I can walk around safely in Gray and Bruce County. Her and I should be able to go to any town we want in Gray and Bruce County and be welcomed, you know, like royalty. Like, oh, hi, Mom and Dad. Thanks for the $100,000 you give us. Anything you want in the store is yours. Free. Take it. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, sure. I'll take that. You know, we should be able to go to Tobomori, go to one of those motels up there, right? And say, oh, hi, Mom and Dad. Hi, Mom and Dad. Would you like to stay in our best suite we got here? Sure, I'd like to stay in that one, best suite. I know that we're safe in Tobomori, right? So that's what it means when he says his reserve, a quiet defense. It means Gray and Bruce County are going to be quiet because of the $100,000 hush money I'm going to give you guys to protect your mom and dad. So I'm going to put that song on now after this video. His reserve, Gray and Bruce County, who got paid $100,000 to protect their mom and dad, a quiet defense. Because they're defended, the airspace is defended by Canada and America. No place can come in. Nobody can parasail in and, you know, try to attack us. Our waters are protected. Georgian Bay, Lake Huron are patrolled by the Coast Guard, by naval warships of America and Canada, making sure no pirates can come in here and harm us. And all our borders on the south side are protected by drone technology to make sure nobody can walk in here. We have checkpoints at all the roads by armed military personnel, making sure that only food trucks can come and go. You're no longer able to leave people. You're stuck here until the threat can be neutralized. So there's a lot that has to go into that. And it all hinges on us getting our money from Canada, our $90 billion land claims. Once we have the $90 billion in our account, that's when we can enact the safety plan. Because it'll be proven that we're the creators, we'll settle our lawsuit, we'll have the money, Canada and America will be, holy crap, those guys are the creators. We better make sure they don't get nuked, we better protect them, bring our warships over in the lakes, we better do what he's saying. And when that happens, my reserve, Saugeen First Nation, in its traditional territories of Gray and Bruce County, will be my defense. His reserve, a quiet defense. That's what Rush, Tom Sawyer is about. So when you hear that particular lyric, his reserve, Saugeen, or his reserve, Gray and Bruce County, is a quiet defense where he can do his work in safety. Thanks to Canada and America defending him from people that want to unalive him.